Hello, this is Delicati16, and I'm gonna go through all or most of the 6v6 maps in Modern Warfare 2019, and just show what I would either improve or change about the maps to make them feel better in the 6v6 playlist. Uh, More specifically, the Domination mode, because Domination has the most flow because there's the three objectives throughout the map, and you got to get all three of them, or at least fight around them. So, first off, Aniyah Incursion. 6v6, this map is too big. It's too big for only 12 people on the map. I get that this is a smaller version of Aniyah Palace, which, even, like, that's too big for 6v6, but it's too small for ground war. The main issues I have with Aniyah Palace, Aniyah Incursion, is this part, this entire section here is practically unused. Like, you have the A side spawn here, like around here, then they run up to the A flag, and that's it. No one ever goes, especially this corner here. Like, I can understand people like trying to flank around to A here, but no one goes back here. There is no need for specifically this section and maybe the rest of it. These containers, they should be cut out. Just like cut that part out. There's no point of that being there. No one's really gonna go there, or at least make it more streamlined. Maybe move the B flag. The B flag is in a good place, but it's just there's no reason to go here. And you got like lines of sight from everywhere over here, and when you've got these lines of sight, you can't really cover B. This section here is decent. It could be improved with the little crouch gangway thing to get into the building from the site from this side. Maybe make it so you don't have to crouch in order to get in there. Also, I get that this is a smaller version of a bigger map, but the barriers, you need to put barriers. Like, I can see on the map that this is out of bounds, but I can easily just walk out. And if you're playing hardcore, you don't have a mini-map. You can easily just walk out. It's just, I just believe that this map is too big for a 6v6. Keep in mind there's only 12 players on the map. Another thing, you can just easily walk out. Now, I obviously there's a thing here that says that you can't go out there, but it's just, you can easily walk out. Now, fun fact about this map is that it does have a search and destroy version, which is unused in the search and destroy playlist. And one of the bombs are here. The bomb site is like right here, and the other one is here, I believe. I think it's right there. Now the issue is that the attackers spawn on this side. So the attackers come from this side, and the defenders come from this side. So if they were to put this map into S&D, like, in S&D, I believe this is a perfectly decently sized map. Maybe cut this part out. It's not needed. And leave the bombs where they are, but swap where the attackers and defenders come from. Maybe move this bomb like over here a bit, or maybe inside the building. But as for currently in rotation in 6v6 domination, yeah, just cut this part. Maybe just leave a little square for a spawn location, just like you have over here on the C flag. Put actual barriers around the map to help people on the hardcore playlist. Do something with these containers. maybe the pool area as well. The pool area is a decent idea, like having this sort of like hole to hide in. But when the flags are here, here, and here, there's no need. I just don't see the need for all of this outside stuff. By all means, keep this building. This building is fine. It gives some sort of like vantage over what is here, but at the same time, it's not that there isn't something on the other side like it. Like one team could be in here, but there isn't something on the opposite side other than being like maybe in there, which isn't exactly a good idea. You kind of want to have symmetry. I get that they don't have much symmetry in these maps, but I believe that symmetry is the way to make a decently balanced map. So it's not just like the objective isn't to get a like two flags and then let the enemy have one flag so they keep spawning on that side, but make the objective be that you want to get all three flags. Like let's say, for example, like, I don't play Aniyah Incursion Domination much because I normally just back out of those lobbies. But let's say one team has A and B, meaning that the other team is going to be spawning more around C. If you look, actually, the C area, it's quite difficult to get out of there because if you spawn back here in these buildings or back here or even here, it's difficult to get anywhere because you pretty much have to go through this open space. Whereas if you were to have C and B, the A spawn, all of this open space for the A spawn. And there's cover everywhere. Like, if someone spawns here, like, just outside of this building, someone from here cannot see them. That's... Whereas if, you know, someone's spawning over here, someone up here can easily see every single route they would have to take in order to get out of here, causing a spawn trap. And I get that spawn trapping is part of the game, but you want to minimize the amount of spawn trapping. And honestly, if you just cut most of what's over here, maybe open this up a bit, like this little thing here. I don't know exactly what's here, but maybe open like a little path to go around to give some cover, like a flank route. That would be great for this map. And I've spent 8 minutes on this map alone. That's insane.
The enemy fought hard. Stand down.
So, yeah, I've said a lot of what I think about this map. Now, obviously, there would be more changes. Like, I'm not a level designer. I don't know how things should play, but I just think Aniyah Incursion should either be changed significantly or just completely removed from 6v6. I get that they want this to be a 6v6 map. I get that they want it to be played because it's like the original version. Aniyah Palace is too big for ground war. It's too small for ground war because of the what is ground war, like 64 versus 64? I don't know. I don't play ground war, but 64 ground war is a massive playlist, and Aniyah Palace is too small to hold that many people, but it's too big for 6v6. So don't make it a 6v6 map. I'd say Aniyah Incursion as it is a decent 10v10 map. There's enough space for 10v10, 20 people, but 6v6, 12 people, it's too big. Arklov Peak. Oh, Arklov Peak. Now this map is just straight up too big. You can tell that it's too big because you're able to spawn in the IAV. Now, when you have the IAV kill streak selected in the kill streak menu, it says, you know, if it'll become a Wilson on certain maps. You know, if the map is too big, if the map is too small to hold an IAV, then it'll hold the it'll give you the Wilson instead. Now this is a decently well-made map actually, and it's got the good 3-lane map that I like. I like 3-lane maps personally because they just have that kind of good flow. The issue stems from the amount of just waffling that's in the padding, I should say, that's in these maps. Like, there is no need, like straight up no need for this entire section back here behind the sea flag. It is no one, and I mean no one goes back there. Maybe on infected, maybe it's a place on the infected mode that people go. This section could easily just be trimmed. This top part here could be trimmed. Same with this part. Trim this off a bit. And on the A side, just completely cut this entire back side off. Just you need to make the map smaller. Like, why is this on 6v6? Like, if I go to the A flag and stand on the A flag, the C flag is, you know, 150 meters away through the walls. So it's just way too much of a distance. And just, you know, even though I went like a lot into Aniyah Incursion, there isn't that much I would change about this map. And maybe open up a few of these buildings. Maybe add a path from there to there, as opposed to having to go all the way around. You know, add something here to go like through here or something. Just I just don't think there's enough reason for why there's only one way from the B point to this side. And speaking of the B point, it isn't exactly in the best location. I think, like, I understand it's got these tanks surrounding it. You know, it's got decent cover, but and these two buildings like overlook it. I think that's a good thing, having these buildings overlook it. But the issue stems from like other sides. Like, you can come up here and just see the entirety of the flag, see everyone on it. Whereas on the other side, you have no such vision. Like, you cannot see anyone that's on the flag. Unless like you like shimmy away, like with this door closed, you shimmy away over here and you can just see the flag and that's it. There just isn't enough line of sight on the B flag. I think the B flag should be the most open flag, so it's harder to get. So it's like more rewarding to go for the B flag, because if you have the B flag, you have the middle of the map control. So it's easier to spread out to the other flags if needed. But as I was saying with the C side, the C flag, like, there is just straight up, and I mean there is no need for all of this. Like, especially that, like, why? Why is this here? Why is there a hidey hole here? Why can you hide here? Again, for infected maybe, but there is no reason why this entire section here is in the map. It's ridiculous. No one goes here. Like, maybe if you want to like call in a care package, or like sit here, call in your Wilson kill streak or your gunship or whatever, just hit here so you don't get killed while using your aerial streaks or whatever. But again, you can do that anywhere. You can find a corner, lie down anywhere. And this section here, like, I kind of like the idea of having like a cliffside, but there isn't enough cover on the cliffside compared to the church side, which has all of the cover from the window. This door here has gives you a decent bit of cover. You've got this thing, and all of this. What's the reason to be able to get back here? This entire far side, just unneeded. Again, infection maybe, but infected maybe, but man, I don't think I don't think we should have that much of the map playable in 6 versus 6. Like this middle part, around the B flag, it's good. Like I like what they've got here. I wouldn't really necessarily change much. I know I said maybe add a few flank routes, but you won't need to add flank routes. Another thing I should mention about Arklov Peak, for search and destroy, I believe it's perfectly fine the way it is. Maybe cut off those little extra things at the back sides of the map. But for S&D, most of these maps are just good. Atlas Superstore, I wouldn't actually change it. Atlas Superstore, it is a decently sized map. It is maybe on the bigger side, but I think Atlas Superstore is actually good the way it is. So I'm not actually gonna go into Atlas Superstore because the way it is right now, the flow on domination, yeah, it's a bit skewed to one side. So you wouldn't really need one of it is a 3-lane map, but you wouldn't need the one of the lanes. But I still believe it's a good map, so we'll skip over Atlas Superstore because even in S&D, it's good. Both bomb sites are in decent places. Maybe move. I don't know which flag it is. I don't know which bomb site it is. I think it's the A site. That's one that's when you're defending, it's on the left side. That bomb, maybe move that a bit so then it's easier for the defending side to defend it. Because currently, the attacking side can just rush it and then plant, and unless the defending side also rushed it at the same time, they won't know. They won't be able to see. The way I see S&D is the defending side should be able to get to each bomb site beforehand, and maybe have just a little bit of time to set up a defense around it. Maybe I'm just a tryhard that wants everything to be cool, but yeah. Azhir Cave. Azhir Cave can be changed. I'm not going to mention any of the night variants because they'll be just the exact same, just at night. Now, I will say about night variants, I do wish that night variants were in S&D, or at least an S&D playlist that has night variants in them, because I think with the way that you can turn on and off lights to blind people who are using night vision goggles, I think that's a cool idea. One of the main gripes about this map is just the sheer size of the cave, because there's just a lot of the cave, meaning that if you have an aerial streak, it's not really going to be much effective, but there are worse cases. The locations of the flags make sense. You got a flag, at each spawn. Obviously, that's how it's supposed to work. But the B flag is actually inside the cave, so you have to go and fight for the cave. But I believe that the B flag should be moved a little bit. I don't know exactly where to. Maybe move around, maybe move it and then add some extra things. So I know in previous Call of Duty games, I remember specifically Black Ops 2. The maps would actually change depending on the mode. I can't remember exactly which maps it were that did this, but I know that there was some that the B flag was completely it had things around it for cover. But It was Nuketown. Yeah, it was Nuketown. Like the B flag in Nuketown had cover, but if you're playing on Team Deathmatch where there isn't an objective there, that extra cover wouldn't be there. I think they should implement that again on these things. The well, I think the well is a pointless thing. I get that it's an extra flank route, but it's just so dumb because it just promotes camping in there. You just set up a claymore at the base of the well, and then obviously someone with EOD can like tank it. But I remember playing the beta, like it was just the cheese strat to just go into the well. Now I get that on domination, you're not gonna get as many campers just chilling in random places, but the flow's pretty good actually. It is another 3-lane map. Now the thing, what I do like about Modern Warfare's map designs is that they're basically all 3 lanes. It's just they're not symmetrical, so you don't think that the 3 lanes. But yeah, I believe all of them are 3 lanes. So there isn't really much that I would change, except maybe move the flags around a little bit. Cut off this area. There's no point of having to be able to go all the way back here. Do something about the well. Maybe maybe allow this building to be enterable. You know, like you can get into this building here, and maybe like there's a window here you can shoot through, because you've got this entire building here that you can get into, and you've got great lines of sight from this building. But on this side you have this little shiny shit jack, and it's not as good for covering the middle lane. Another thing, in the cave itself, I can actually show this off properly. Over here, you have really good line of sight on this side. Really good line of sight. You have line of sight of that area, like all the way down there. This, you can see people coming here. You'll be able to hear people coming there, but but if you're able to hear people coming, it's probably too late at that point. But on the other side, you've basically got nothing. On this side, you've got the well you can come into, but you've got no good lines of sight. You can see the B flag from here, but again, there's these crates here that stop you from fully seeing it. So it is rather difficult to like know what you like to like gauge approaches. And from the talk of the night maps, this is a thing that you can pull this lever in the night map and it turns on or off the lights in the cave. So if you put the night vision goggles on while they're off, you can see everything fine, but while they're on, it's a bit difficult to see. Like I do like the aesthetic of this map. Like you know, someone was living here. Like a group of people have been living here in this cave, which I doubt could be warm. But like again, this is mainly just about the map design and how things could be changed. This building, I like it, but maybe get rid of this so you can just run through here. I guess being able to, I guess it would like, I guess you could just like slide under, but at the same time, I'd rather not. The bridge, I like the idea of the bridge. You know, you can jump across. There is a death thing there. This part, this building, I believe needs changing. There is no easy way to get up to the second floor from here. Like from here, you either have to climb this to get up, which looks easy, but Sometimes this thing is a pain in the ass and it's difficult to climb up. I've had plentiful times where I've just been spamming the spacebar and it just won't let me climb, and I don't know why. And then from that side, you have to go up onto here to get across this little tiny plank. But yeah, honestly, people give this map a lot of hate, but there isn't really much that you could change. Like I said, maybe open this building up so that like, you can climb in from here, or you know, like this window here, you'd be able to have line of sight out to see. There's already a door here that you can walk into. I don't know what they could put on the inside of that. I don't know like if they could do that, you know, with still allowing the map to run well on console. Because I know that Call of Duty is a 60 FPS thing. Like if there's any point where the game on console dips below 60 FPS, they have to fix it. Or at least that's what I remember hearing from Dr. Disrespect. So yeah, in summary, cut this part out. It's not needed. And maybe open this door up a bit. Maybe do something about this building here, and maybe add an easier way, like a ladder on this building to get up. And this side, this building here, it's better off if I just show. Building over on the seaside could be changed a bit. It's a little bit too much of a power position, I believe. Like being able to get up here, like obviously, yeah, like snipers like being here. It's cool. But my issue stems from being able to just get up on this and go, you know, this far out and still be able to see perfectly fine. Like I'm completely off the railing here. And you could say, well, it's a bit risky to get up here because you could easily fall. But the thing about falling here is you can just easily climb back in. Like there is no risk if you fall. So yeah, that's what I would. That's my thoughts on Azhir Cave. It is a decently made map. There's a few things that could be changed to make it maybe better. Again, I'm not a level designer. I don't know what's best for the game. I'm just saying from like my experience of playing this game, and I've played this game quite a lot. And I actually enjoy the multiplayer in this game. So after Azhir Cave, Cheshire Park. Oh man, I straight up do not like this map. I don't know what can be improved. I just don't like it. Now, I'm not gonna be one of those that just like says that it should be removed from the game, but they really do need to reconsider what this map is, because I don't believe it's a well-made map. It's I'd say this is like a Treyarch style 3-lane map. Not completely Treyarch style, because Treyarch are like really big on the complete symmetry. But like this map, I don't know what could be changed to make it better. But I just know that it's not a good map. Crash. Crash is actually really good. The only things I would change, honestly, are there's like the things they added from the original version of Crash. There's like a building that you're able to get into now that you couldn't previously, and that's kind of out of the way and not needed. Like there is no need for that section. It's near one of the spawns. And that bit could be removed to like, you know, promote less camping in that area, but again, in Domination, it's not really that much of an issue, because in Domination 8 does that new area does give line of sight to a flag, so it's okay, I guess. Uh, yeah, Crash is a good map. Uh, this map, I have never played it. It's not a 6v6 map. But, well, I have played it a little bit. I went through a bunch of the maps to, like, because on pretty much all the maps you're able to, like, choose Search and Destroy, and so that's how I found out, like, Aniyah Incursion has a Search and Destroy variant that isn't used. This also has a Search and Destroy variant, which I will say, when I played Search and Destroy against bots, I know bots aren't exactly, you know, oh, they're not going to camp, they're going to run around, but, it was pretty fun playing Search and Destroy on this map. I would like to see this map maybe implemented in Search and Destroy. I'd have to be able to play against actual people in order to figure that out if I'd like it. Grazna Raid. This map. Oh boy. Now, in Search and Destroy, this map is perfectly fine. It's a fantastic map in Search and Destroy, I believe. The bombs are in a good location for the defending side to get to. The attacking team have to go through different ways to get to a bomb site, and there's enough cover around everything. So in Search and Destroy, this map is great. The main issues stem from when playing Domination. Look at that. Look. A, B, C. That's where these flags are. This entire section of the map could be cut, and it would increase the flow of the map. Maybe you'd have to move the B flag. Maybe put the B flag here in the the playground. I think that's what it's called. Maybe put the B flag in the playground. Cut this entire north section off. Maybe like keep a little bit of it so you have that like third lane. But this entire north section, there's no point of it in 6v6. There's too much going on. And just like small little things, like maybe cut back part of this, maybe like not have it go as deep. But yeah, 6v6 on this map. Like, this map was actually the one that made me want to do this kind of video. I was watching FaZe Jev play this, play. I watch most of Jev's videos. He's pretty funny. He mentioned how like, because he doesn't really like this game. From what I understand, he plays it because he pretty much has to, and he's started that Obsidian grind, and he's gonna finish it. But he doesn't have fun when playing the game unless it's like on Shipment or something. And he brought up the point that they put 6v6 on this map. 6v6 on this map. I agree with him that this map is way too big for 6v6. And the thing that puts like the cherry on top of the cake or whatever is this is a 10v10 map. Like this would work fine in 10v10. Like I know it works fine in 10v10. It is a 10v10 map, but they still put it in 6v6 rotation. So yeah, just cut that entire north part off. Just the entire north section, just completely cut that out, and you'll have a decent sized 6v6 map. Maybe cut down on some of the fluff around the, like, especially the C flag. Maybe cut around the fluff here. A side seems perfectly fine, but yeah. Like, either that or, you know, remove it from 6v6. You know, they put the bridge as 10v10 only. So why can't they do that with like Grazna Raid? Gunrunner. Gunrunner is perfect. It's such a good map, and there isn't anything I would really change about it. Maybe the the back spawns, maybe make them a bit smaller, but yeah, Gunrunner's fine. Hackney Yard, another great map. I wouldn't change much of that. Hardhat, uh, see, I didn't really play Modern Warfare 3, so I don't really have that nostalgia for Hardhat. So, uh, but from the time that I played when Hardhat was first put into this game, they had the 24/7 playlist, so I played a lot of it, and I think Hardhat is a good map. Like, it's I remember playing it on Modern Warfare 3, but I didn't play much of Modern Warfare 3, so I don't remember much from Modern Warfare 3. But yeah, Hardhat, good map. I wouldn't change it. Hovec Sawmill. Oh boy, I despise this map. It is really, really not designed well, especially in domination. Uh, the only time I can have fun on this map is if my team has control of, I think it's the A flag, the C flag. If you have control of the C flag and only the C flag, that's it. You're being spawn trapped. You can't do anything about it. It's just you're not having any fun. Again, I'm not sure about what side of the flags is actually it, but we'll see in a sec. Another thing, so maybe cut this section out, or like at least make it smaller. Like, there's no need for this much space. Then there isn't really much you can change about the map. That's the thing. Like, the map itself is good. It's just the flow. Yeah, yeah. The sea spawn. It's terrible. Because unless you have the A flag, if you have the A flag, you can spawn like pretty much anywhere around here. But the C flag, you're only spawning here. Maybe like back here you'll spawn. It's just not that great. And once your team is being stuck here, good luck to seeing the rest of the map. The rest of the map is completely unused while you're stuck here. And there's no way to... From when I've played this map, when I've been stuck here on the C flag, just straight up, I can't move to the other side, and I'm just no longer having fun. On Search and Destroy, it has decent enough flow on Search and Destroy because you've got a bomb here and a bomb here. But again, it's more of the fact like the attacking team is here, the defending team is here, and I just believe that the attacking team has a higher chance of success on, like, a much higher chance of success on this bomb site than this bomb site, and it just makes so that no one really goes for this bomb site. Now there are times where people do go for that bomb site, but it's just not what like many people would do. So maybe change it where the bombs are located. Maybe move this bomb a little bit further back so then the defending side can have better line of sight of it. If I can run to the B flag to get to where the bomb site is. Because like the bomb site is here. This is where the bomb site is. And the attackers come from there, which, yeah, the attackers come from there, and the defenders can see them running to it. But directly on the bomb, the defenders can't see the bomb, because the bomb's too busy being behind this for the defenders to see. Again, I'm a strong believer that the defending side should always be able to see the bombs from their respective side. This barn building, it's alright. The line of sight it gives over here is pretty devastating, especially for people who are stuck there. I'd maybe like cut out this. This shouldn't be here. So then there's no like little cover like mount spot here. My mouse button is broken. I can barely mount anymore. But like being able to mount here while also having like 2 or 3 guys up here shooting down at whoever is brave enough to try and get away from the C flag. Like I just had this one vivid memory of this of when I played this map. My team spawned on the A side. I was like, okay, we're gonna have some fun this map. Let's not have that happen. I was like, we're gonna have some fun on this map for once, and then instantly, my team are all like, oh, let's go push the C flag. So they pushed the C flag, which then flipped the spawns. So then the enemy took A, then the enemy took B, and then we were stuck on the C side. And because the enemy knew that you can't exactly like escape from when you're being trapped at C, they didn't bother taking C. They just kept killing us multiple times until the game was over. Again, you want to have the objective of domination being take the flags, not take 2 flags, let the enemy have a flag, and then just stop them. Again, you could say that like maybe it's a flaw in the way that the game mode is played. I like this version of domination. I'm not really a fan of. I like the domination where it's like it's time limited. You have a half time where you then switch sides halfway through, so it forces you to play on both sides. I believe that's a better solution. So yeah, I don't like this map. This map is horrible. And I've been talking for 40 minutes straight. I am not used to this. The next map. What is the next map? It was Khandor Hideout. Actually, with Khandor Hideout, Khandor Hideout, it's a great map. I wouldn't change anything about Khandor Hideout. It's a really good map. Petrov Oil Rig, I don't like it. It feels too much like that map, one of the DLC maps from Black Ops 3, the one that's like inside a volcano or something. It had like the wall ride along the side. It feels too much like that, and like the layouts just seem so familiar. I don't like it. I don't think it flows well. Maybe it's a bit too big for 6v6. I don't see the thing about Petrov Oil Rig is that it's a new map, so I haven't really had much time to fully explore it. Like I know my way around the map. I learn maps easy, but I haven't had much time, so I'm not gonna go into Petrov Oil Rig because of that. Piccadilly. Everyone knows that Piccadilly is just terrible. For Search and Destroy, it's perfect. That's the thing about most of these maps is that for Search and Destroy they're good. But Piccadilly, there's just too many there's too much cover. The B flag is completely covered up except for one line of sight, which is dumb. It gives an entire advantage to I think it's the A side on Piccadilly, because the A side can just have that line of sight directly into B, whereas the C flag, you don't have that privilege. I'm not going to go into Piccadilly because there isn't much that I would change. I'd probably just move the flags around to make the B flag in a more open space where everyone can see it, to maybe increase the flow. But for Search and Destroy, it's actually really good. Rammaza. yeah, I'd say Rammaza's good. Rammaza doesn't need a change. I'd say it's perfectly fine, actually. Uh, Rust, there isn't much you can change about Rust. It's Rust. Uh, I did have an issue earlier when I was playing. I was playing earlier this morning. I had an issue where I don't know if it was like a modded lobby or something, because this game doesn't have a working anti-cheat. I don't know if it was like a modded lobby or it was just like a glitch that happened or something was going on. But I just felt like I was moving incredibly slow, and it made it basically unplayable. Now again, that's not the map's fault unless they've made it so you run slower on Rust for some reason in like the last patch or something, which I doubt they did because they would mention that. But there isn't much you can change about Rust. It's an iconic map. Everyone knows what Rust is. Maybe like touch up the spawns a bit. That's pretty much it. Just touch up the spawn system on Rust, and maybe you'll have a good map. The flags, you can't really move the flags because they're all in open areas. Maybe put the C flag a little bit more in cover because that's just completely open. Everyone can see the C flag. Whereas the A flag has a lot of cover around it, and the B flag also has a lot of cover, but the C flag doesn't. Scrapyard doesn't need anything changing, honestly. I'd say Scrapyard is good. Actually, with Scrapyard, I don't need to go into the map to show, but this building here at the back, you can't shoot through the metal grates, like the little metal things that people stand on to get onto the second floor. You can't shoot through that, which is really dumb. Even with FMJ, you can't shoot through that. I had a moment where I was in the process of getting the Desert Eagles gold, and I just wasted like 3 mags trying to shoot at someone with FMJ because I was trying to get the Akimbo unlock as well. So I had FMJ, and I couldn't shoot the guy through a metal grate that you could clearly see through. I just think that needs to be fixed. But other than that, the map itself is decent. It's weird to say that it's the classic maps that are good, and back in the day, like Black Ops 2, when they brought back classic maps, they weren't designed for the gameplay. So I think it was Dig, which was a remake of a World at War map in Black Ops 2. It just because the entire map was like completely open, target finders were like insane. But for some reason in this game, it's the classic maps that are good, well, mostly good, and then it's the maps that are made for this that are kind of bad. Shipment, Shipment is like the map that everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to play this map, not because it's good, but because you can get kills. You can actually kill people in this map. Now, I'm not gonna go into Shipment, but the issue with Shipment is that you can see it here. This like container thing here, and the one on the opposite side, it's like those two. This container and that container on that side should be closed up. You shouldn't be able to get inside those, and instead, the containers on this side should be opened up, so you can go through them, and then put them at an angle so you can't see from corner to corner. I don't like the fact that you can see from corner to corner. That wasn't an issue in any of the previous versions of Shipment. Wasn't an issue in the original Shipment. Wasn't an issue in the COD Ghost version. Wasn't an issue in the World War II version. Actually, with the COD Ghost version, they actually made the map bigger, and honestly, that was a good idea. It just wasn't really well executed because of the whole gimmick of that map being, you get field upgrade and you can you get the gamble roulette thing. It was a cool concept, but it wasn't that good. Oh, and cover this up. Just remove the ability to get inside this, and maybe make it so you can't get on top of this one either. Oh, crap. Getting on top of this, and that one, like getting on top of the outer ones are fine, but the inside ones, no, you don't get on top of those. Block those off. It isn't fun getting having to fight people on there. And while you're at it, maybe put this middle container one a bit up. Like maybe shove it, put an extra container on top so you don't have line of sight from this area, because this is a flag. I believe this is the A flag. Yeah, this is the A flag. You have line of sight directly on the A flag if you're standing on top of that one at the far back, and I don't think you should be able to have that kind of line of sight on such a small map. But yeah, they're not going to change Shipment ever, no matter how many times we complain about it. The spawns are complete dog shit, but it's what the community wants. They want that kind of spawn. They want to be able to just get in, kill someone, die, kill someone, maybe get a quad feed, then die, or go on a rampage. It's a good one. It's a good map for challenges, and that's why everyone wants it back. That's why that's why you go on Twitter, they put an update on the game, oh, this week we have this new character and this is the playlist that we've got. We're bringing back Drop Zone. Here's gunfight 3v3 blueprint. Here's gunfight snipers only, or 1v1 me Rust. But everyone just you can just see the comments that are bring back Shipment 24/7, and I agree with them. We need Shipment 24/7 because it's just the place to go when you just want to honestly, this game stresses people out so much that Shipment is the craziest map because everything's just going on at once. But Shipment is where you can just sit back, you don't care, and you just relax. You just mindlessly kill people, and it's honestly one of the with its, even though it's got its flaws, it's honestly the best map in the game because you can just boom, you can just switch off your brain, complete challenges, have fun, and obviously don't put this in Search and Destroy. Just don't. I don't even know what the bombs are. I don't know if you can put it on Search and Destroy. I'm gonna quickly check. Can I make the Search and Destroy? You can. That's hilarious. So back down to here. Shoot House. I wouldn't change it. Shoot House is a really good map. St. Petrograd. See, with St. Petrograd, it's a giant map, but I don't think there's much you can do to shorten it without taking away good places. Maybe that section on the far side, it would be good if they just had the map, the overhead map here. Because I don't want to have to load into the map just to explain the one thing I would change. But the part where they have the van, and there's that window you can sit in. Maybe remove that section. So because it's the flank section for one of the lanes, because it is a 3-lane map, but then there's a tumor basically on one of the lanes that they could just remove, and St. Petrograd would have significantly better flow that way. But it's it isn't a good map. Suldal Harbor. Now this map. Ooh. This map is completely the reason I decided to sit here for, like pretty much an hour now. And we've not even gone through them all. But, we'll get back to Suldal Harbor because it's the most important one. But, Backlot, I'd say Backlot is good. It's a remake of the COD 4 one, and they've changed it enough that it's not completely recognizable. Like, I played a lot of COD 4 back in the day, mainly on the Wii because I was, I wasn't cool enough to have a PlayStation or Xbox. I had Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Reflex on the Wii, and I remember Backlot a lot. It was a good map. This new version of it, they've added some extra flank routes. They've added some doors. But honestly, it's a decent map. I wouldn't change Backlot. It's not the best map. It can be improved, but I personally don't know how they could improve it, so I'm not going to touch on that one. Vacant is great. It just has the best flow. It works. There's not much you can change without making it a completely different map from the original, which I guess they're trying to keep it like similar-ish to the original, but maybe like the inside building, like the hazmat area and like the office area, maybe change that a bit to like make it so you can easily get out of that area. Other than that, it's a good map. So, Suldal Harbor. This map has many issues. And I believe this is the map that was like a remake of one of the first Call of Duty maps, like from Call of Duty Finest Hour or whatever. I don't know what this actually is a remake of, but I believe it is a remake. This map is just absolutely terrible. First off, to get from this side to this side, you have two ways. You either go here in the open, or you go here in not the open, but it's it's expected. And what's the point of all of this part here? Unless, like, because like all the fighting is gonna be here, like from here to around here because of the B flag, and then here because the C flag is here a little bit. This part is just, there's no need for it. There's no need for this section. Or if there is a need, maybe open this building up a little bit so we can go through here and get access to behind the C flag, or completely cut this area off, this back area off, because when this map was released and they had the weekend warfare going on, Team Defender was on this map in that playlist, and oh god, if someone just got the flag and just sat in this building here, they were untouchable. They were just untouchable. And when you're being when you're playing domination and you only have the C flag, you're constantly spawning in this alleyway. You're not spawning anywhere else. You're constantly spawning here, and maybe sometimes you'll spawn here. And that's it. There's no good spawns for the C flag side. And my biggest gripe is the middle of the map. There's only one decent way of getting through the middle of the map, and that's right here where the B flag is. Now I get that the B flag is going to have a bunch of congestion or whatever the correct term is, but you should add a pathway through here, like open this building a little bit, make it so you can cut through here. There is no reason for this entire section to be cut off. And honestly, what is this? What is this? Like, if this alone, if just the A flag alone was like a gunfight map, it would make sense. You just have this small area. Like, this part alone just looks like a gunfight map. Maybe you spawn back here. You got you here, your buddy over there, in gunfight. You run down, you shoot the people. Or like, they'd you have access to up here, so you can shoot people. It might be a decent gunfight map just being here, but this map is just like, what's the point of this entire A flag section? You've got so many things just to climb, just to have line of sight on the B flag. And to top it off, the C flag side doesn't have a good line of sight of the B flag that's safe. Because on C, from the C flag, if you come over here to get a line of sight on the B flag, you're too close to the B flag to have like good line of sight. And also the people from A can easily get up there and shoot you down. And because they have the higher, the high ground, they do have the advantage. And I know that there's this building that people get on top of, like they climb here and you can get here and it's really disgusting. You have like line of sight of pretty much fucking everything, and this is a disgusting location to be in. But just open this building. Like, I believe these are just windows. Yeah, these are windows, but like, open it up, dude. Open this building. Allow us to run through to the other side, so we can contest B without having to touch it. Like, they've got this little section here, which I don't know why this is here. This... Just open this building, allow us to go through it. And this side, you've got all this open space. So from the A side, from here, you're not visible from people who are on the C side. You could either go here to the right and peek them, and you can shoot anyone that's in there or up here, and obviously they can shoot you once you peek here. But you could also peek to the left, and the people on this side don't have that privilege. Like, it'll be more like this. Well, they'll be peeking here, and they'll have to like keep an eye on here all at the same time. People could have gone upstairs, up in here, and this map is just not designed for this game. Maybe it was designed for like it was designed for like the first Call of Duty game. Back in those days, you didn't have a run button. You would just back in those days, you would just walk everywhere, and you wouldn't even have this kind of movement speed for walking. Like, you would walk. Again, this section, completely unnecessary. There's no need for this entire section to be here. Again, like I said, for other maps, maybe on Infected, this is like a decent area to like hold up with your buddies. But again, Infected is a party mode. I wouldn't exactly say that maps should be designed around that. This section, in Team Defender, you just go into this building. You have line of sight there to people who are trying to get from around there. You have line of sight here. You'd have this open from this way, so that you can have line of sight out there. In Team Defender, this map is terrible because you just sit here all game. The flags themselves, I'd say the C flag is in a decent place. The A flag... The A flag would be in a decent place if it wasn't for the fact that it's completely covered. It has so much cover. Like, that's the amount of cover that you'd expect from like a B flag. And yeah, it's the A flags. People spawn there. That's a spawn flag. This map is just really not designed well. Maybe maybe like I can see a door there. Maybe open that door and have it so we can have like another route to here. Like, I'm sure they can just like add a door here or something. Like there's a door here that they could open up. You know, this map just really needs to be changed or just taken out of the game. Like, I'm not one to say that maps should be removed from the game, but genuinely, this map needs to be removed from the game. It is not a well-designed map, and it's just not fun to play. You can't really go anywhere on this map without being shot by people who just have the better positions because of the 50-50 chance of them spawning on that side. And then, obviously, you've got that little shed. That's a disgusting place. This entire back section is completely useless. Remove this part. And fix the spawns for people who are on the sea flag. The amount of times I've just spawned in this corner, like I know for a fact there's a spawn point right here because of how many times I've spawned here. I just constantly spawn in this exact location every time I die when playing this map. And this building isn't that good. Like they could like change the way this building is. Like I get that there's 2 ways up the stairs, but this way just like you can kill people there. It's good that there's multiple ways up the stairs and they lead to different places. But just this map is pretty much the reason that I decided to make this to just complain for over an hour. And they really need to sort this map out. There's no reason for the A flag to have so much cover. There is no reason for the B flag to have so little paths to it. Like, there's only 3 ways directly to the B flag. And 2 of those ways are benefited from spawning on the A flag. Like, another issue is that there's people on C, they spawn around here. And the people on A, they spawn, what is it, here? Or here? They spawn closer to the B flag, and they have a much easier line to get to the B flag. So if you spawn on A, half of your team is going to split to go to B, because there's no reason not to. Whereas everyone that spawns C is going to go straight to the flag, because there's no reason, like, there's no other flag you could easily go to. This map is genuinely terrible, and they really need to fix it. And I've gone through all of the 6v6 maps, or at least all the ones I can remember. I believe I've gone through all the 6v6 maps. If I've missed one, then I don't know. But this is just a terrible map. And I honestly think it should be removed from the game. Now, I know that the people over at Infinity Ward, I don't know if Raven Software do things on the multiplayer side, but whoever it is that does the multiplayer stuff, sorry that your work that was put into the time and effort put into this map is just being shit on. But like, dude, this map is terrible, and genuinely just it really does need to be removed from the game. So that has been an hour of me, over an hour of me criticizing this game's map design, and I want to have fun, but when you have maps like this in the 6v6 modes, it's just not fun. And I don't know exactly how to end this kind of video. It's just completely criticizing. Now, another thing I could do in the future is go through, like, I don't know, what I'd do to change up weapon balance and perk balance or whatever, because there are issues with the way that the perks are balanced. But you see, the thing about the classes is that you've got to then think about Warzone as well, and I don't play Warzone. Warzone is just not a thing that I play. I don't find Battle Royale fun unless I'm with friends, and lo and behold, I don't have friends. So I just spent over an hour complaining about Modern Warfare 2019 when the next game in the franchise is going to come out in like 2 months' time. You know, we're getting the reveal, in 3 days. So, yeah. That's my criticism for the 6v6 maps. Again, I'm going to reiterate that in Search and Destroy, all of the maps that are in Search and Destroy, except for Hovec Sawmill, are good. I don't know if Oil Rig is in Search and Destroy because I haven't played Search and Destroy in a while, and I don't know if Suldal Harbor is in Search and Destroy either. But if they are, I can't exactly comment on those specifically in Search and Destroy. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this, and I know that no one is going to see this video, and even if they do, they're not going to watch it all the way through because it's an hour long, and I just want to have fun in Call of Duty. There's a lot of things wrong with this game, and I believe that the maps could make a significant improvement. So, yeah, that's it for this hour-long rant. I'll see you next time or whatever. I don't know. I stream on Twitch sometimes when my throat isn't killing me from speaking for an hour straight. I've not streamed for a while because of life issues, so I'm not used to speaking a lot. So that's why I probably sounded a lot healthier at the start of the video, and now I sound like I've completely lost all will to live. But I'll be fine, so I don't need to worry about that. But again, issues with the game, I want to see them fixed because I like the game, I want to have fun with it, but it's just these maps need changing. Thank you for watching.